In the beginning, there was nothing. Then someone thought, hey, that's pretty empty. Let's change that. And just like you do when you have nothing to do, they created the world. Okay, creation stories are usually a little more involved than that. But hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now, creation stories are a dime a dozen. Most cultures have one. So why should you listen to this one? Well, because this version condenses all the creation stories into one, giving you the history of the world in under 6 minutes. You're welcome. In the beginning, there was nothing. Then a being who had no name and could neither speak nor think came into existence. This being had no idea how to begin, so they just kind of floated around for a bit until they thought, well, here goes nothing. They swam around, creating the sky above and the ground below. Then, satisfied with their work, they took a break. This went on for quite some time. They swam around, created something, then took a break. Eventually, though, they got bored of just floating around, so while taking a break from swimming, they created fish. Then they looked at their handiwork and said, that's pretty good. But what would be even better is if I could breathe underwater and live on land. And thus they created lungs and legs and made themselves human. Humans were great. The beings spent all their time playing with them, teaching them how to farm, hunt, and fish. But after a while, humans got bored of life on Earth. They wanted to see what was out there, but the only way off Earth was through the sky, which was dangerous because there was no air or gravity. So the being created wings and feathers so the humans could fly. Then they flew up to the sky and became birds. The being watched them go and felt lonely. They really missed having someone to talk to, so they created a woman. The two of them talked and talked until the being realized, wait a second, I am talking to myself. This is awkward. So the being split themselves in half and made two women. Together they gathered fruits, nuts and berries and ate them, which made the being think, I am getting pretty hungry. So they split themselves up again, creating the first man and the first woman. Man and woman were so grateful to the being for making them that they offered their first fruit to the being, who accepted the gift graciously. And the being was so pleased with how everything was going that they disappeared, leaving man and woman alone on the planet they had created together. Man and woman were incredibly happy, but they got bored. So they started to fight, and when the beings saw this, they were deeply saddened. So they did the only thing they could to make their creation happy again, end their lives. With no people on the planet, the being created another man and woman. These two were perfect. They farmed, hunted, and fished, living in peace and harmony with each other and the animals around them. The being watched over them, happy with how things had turned out. But these humans weren't so thrilled with their paradise. They wanted more. They wanted bigger houses, bigger farms, bigger everything. So the being gave them big, beautiful mountains to live in. Man and woman were still not happy. They wanted to be closer to the being. So the being lifted up their village and set it amongst the clouds. Still, man and woman were not happy. They wanted to be closer. So the being carried them all the way to the moon, where they built a huge palace. Finally, man and woman were happy. They ruled over the moon, sending their children down to Earth every now and then to check up on their old kingdom. And that's how the world was created. Or maybe it was like this. In the beginning, there was nothing but water. Then an egg appeared. Then a giant bird hatched out of the egg, scared all the fish, and created land when it flapped its wings. And then the bird laid an egg, went to sleep, and became a mountain. Then a worm came along, started eating the mountain, and eventually became a cow. Then a mosquito came along, got scared by the cow, and flew away. It laid an egg on a leaf, then flew up to the sky and became the sun, and the leaf it laid its egg on became the moon. Then the moon split the sea into fresh and salt water, creating rivers and oceans. Then the sun sent rays of light down to earth, creating plants, animals, and humans. Humans then built a great city, but it got destroyed by a great flood. Only one human survived, a woman named Demeter. She found a man named Cronus, who told her that he was lonely. So she gave him a kiss on the cheek, which made him split into two, creating the first man and the first woman. Then the man and woman thanked Demeter for saving their lives and gave her a portion of the earth as a gift. Demeter accepted the gift graciously and became the first queen of the underworld, and that's how the world began. Or maybe it was like this. Once upon a time, there were 3 brothers, each of whom represented a different aspect of nature. One day they met a beautiful woman named Emir, and each brother wanted to marry her. The eldest brother wanted to marry her as his equal. The youngest wanted to marry her out of love, but the middle brother just wanted to dominate her. Emir, of course, chose the eldest brother, and together they ruled over the world in peace and harmony. But the middle brother wasn't having it. He tried to take over, but the youngest brother protected his sister and drove the middle brother back. To this day, the eldest brother rules over the world. The youngest rules over the underworld, and the middle brother wanders the earth as a trickster, bringing chaos wherever he goes. See, creation stories don't have to be complicated. Sometimes the simplest ones are the most fun. Like the story of how Coyote created the world in a single day so he could watch it burn. Or how Raven stole the sun, causing days and nights to last only an hour each. Or how Turtle Woman tricked the Sky People into giving her their precious water. These stories may be simple, but they're fun to tell and even more fun to read. So the next time you hear someone say there are no good stories in creation myths, just hand them a copy of this book and let them read for themselves. Creation myths aren't just stories about how the world began. They're stories about humanity's relationship with the world, with each other, and with the supernatural. They're stories about our deepest fears and our greatest hopes. They're stories about us. And if you want to hear more stories about us, stay tuned for more content.